There's a bowl for every surface for the Henselite product. Here overseas, I use the Tiger 2 and I use the Dreamline XG purely because I love the grip and the arc that the bowl takes, and that's what makes me one of the best players in the world.
Gobes.
Bend a little.
Brilliant.
Awesome, mate. Yeah, mate. Sit on that fielding. Yeah, mate. Give Tubby a roll.
Morning, everybody. Welcome to BVTV, the Henselite Victorian Open. We've got men's triples actions today to bring you in an absolutely glorious day here at Shepparton Park. Morning, everybody. My name's Tony Sherwell. I've got Jimmy Whitehead next to me. Morning, Jimmy.
Morning, mate. What a beautiful morning. Nice, brisk sort of 20. It's going to warm up through the day. We're back outside, no wind, on the best rink on the grass here for some of the best in the game. And we've already got a hell of a start. We've got Matty Flapper coming down now, playing in the second position. So he skipped Cam Keenan, clapping him in as he gets a touch-up. So the rinks are Kobe Cromie, who just gives Matty Flapper a high five there. Mr. Matthew Flapper himself, and then Cam Keenan's a skip. And then on the other side, we've got Craig McCarron in the Cooper Wescombe and Jared Davies in his Broadbeach shirt, skipping. So he'll make the move up to Queensland around Christmas time. It's Cooper, trails the jack back there. A couple of little subplots in this as well, Tone.
Sure is.
The last time we played the Henselite Vic Open in 2019, our triples winners were Matty Flapper, Cooper Wescombe and Jared Davies. And I spoke to him yesterday about it, and they reckon Matty gave him the flick. So they're going to point to prove. He said, "You're too old now. You can go off on your own."
Nurtured his ducklings and they've learned to swim on their own. Of course, they then went on to win a state title as a pairs combination, so very successful. Cooper Wescombe, Jared Davies, and Matty Flapper. He's got more success than just about anyone.
I was just trying to explain to Brad, who's our streaming guy. He said, "Oh, that game yesterday, the J-Bar Norris Matty Flapper one." He said, "That was a great game." And I said, "Yeah, that was always going to be a good game. J-Bar is one of the best talents we've got." And I said, "Matty's probably, easiest way to describe him as the GOAT of Victorian bowls."
Yep.
Short from Jared.
Might have to get in Cooper's ear about where he stands. Well, did tell the skippers, but didn't really get around to leads and seconds, so we'll get on to that if it becomes a pattern. But you can see almost all players finding their line pretty well here, Jimmy. Nice true surface, these greens here. Steve, the greenkeeper, Shane,
yeah,
sorry,
Shane
done
Walsh,
a wonderful job. This is the best they've ever looked in our time here at Shepparton Park.
Cam just trying to jag a bit of that jack. It's a cracking effort. Yeah, it's running probably about 15 early, 14 and a half, so expect throughout the day to see this get to 16, 16 and a half. We've got finals galore today. Got the women's triples final coming up. We'll have some men's pairs final at some stage as well. And also a women's pairs final somewhere in. There is a schedule online, but today will be a bit fluid. We've got a couple of players in multiple events, which might push the men's pairs final till later today and the women's pairs finals earlier, but we'll see how this first round of games go first. Jared looking for the jack now. It's a superb effort.
We'll certainly do everything we can to show every final.
I imagine, Ben, it's a bit dewy in the morning. Like you can see when it's an 8:30 start, so it's fairly early.
Yep.
They sweep the green, roll the green, but as that dew dries out on the green, it just hardens up, and that's my non-scientific explanation anyway.
I think that's as simple as it needs to be and as good as it needs to be.
Cam Keenan, can he catch a piece of that jack? Yes, he can. That is superb. Makes the 3 for his ring.
Way to start. Opening with 3. Kobe Cromie, Matt Flapper, Cam Keenan on the board early.
So we've got some next door to this. We've got another men's triples game. See Chris Burrell against Blake Nan. Then we have 2 rinks of women's triples. Women's triples. That is the semi-finals of that. So I can see Alison Hall going up against Kaz Rothwell in one semi. And then we've got a couple of men's pairs and men's triples happening on the other greens as well. Zach, we've lost our go-to man on the live scoring, which is Matty O. He's headed back to Melbourne. He's got a conference, done an amazing job the last few days. He's pretty much, I think the only thing he hasn't done is clean the toilets here at Shep Park. He's done everything else.
He might have dirtied them though. Does that count?
Yeah, they were blocked for a while though. But I'll let you know, mate. I can see Joshy Sanders and CJ against Nick Dorr on the far rink, so I can see their scoreboard, mate, as they start updating. I'll keep everyone updated as best as I can.
Craig McCarron using a Henselite XG, white in colour, size 3. Younger brother of Johnny McCarron, I presume. Kobe Cromie is using his Henselite XG, a blue and yellow colour. If his first one's any guide, he's using them pretty well.
Kobe. He's in good form. I spoke to Tyson yesterday, played pairs with him. Tyson said he had a bit of a rough game, and Kobe literally played singles in a pairs game and kept him in it to the last end. It's Alan Dove and Wayne Roberts. Morning, Bondi. It's a perfect game to warm everyone up and get everyone ready for even a more big weekend of bowls. Everyone's got pennant again, resuming on the weekend. Just a bit of a loose one from Craig.
Matty Flapper also using a Henselite XG. It's the two sort of whitish coloured bowls out there, Craig McCarron's and Matty Flapper's on opposite sides. So Matty's the brighter of the two white colours.
The old boys, the old guard. It is compared to when you're playing with 19. I'd be the old guard in this game as well.
You would.
And I'm 33.
Cooper Wescombe using an Aero Optima, red and white, size 3.
Yeah, good stuff. It's another second for him and his ring there. As Kobe's still got shot, the blue and yellow. I can't see Vinny's game, Kirsty. I think he's under the roof, but I will send some volunteers around. I'll get one of our staff members to run and get some scores in about half an hour's time.
Right, mate. Yeah, come under that. Get you here. Better angle.
Morning, Brad Marin. Hope you're going well. Thank you for joining us in commentary for a little while. We appreciate your talents.
Just going to give up Cooper's bowl there. Maddie's went to a good home because they're going to try and draw in, sit the jacks, Kobe's bowl, so he's there waiting behind.
Matty Flapper, such is the aura around him, you know, just one of the best we've seen in this state. Second most games for Victoria, and will more than likely get there as most. He is trying to appease all his sponsors. He's got Sunbury Extreme shorts on, a Henselite top and an Ocean Grove cap. He just needs a few more outfits, I reckon, to cover off the rest of them.
Well played here, mate.
These balls there are in front by
Well done, Cam.
Cam Keenan just growing and growing every day.
It should be a good tussle between these two at the back. Jared a few years older than Cam, but they're both on the same sort of trajectory in their bowls careers. Should be a ripping tussle.
Both got talent to burn. Jared just a touch shy. Keep a bit of an eye on Buzz on the rink over next door. Haven't seen him play yet. He's in commentary with us the other night.
He went alright on the live stream the other day. Oh, superb stuff by Cam. They've turned his head around. They only had the one in there for till probably 3 bowls ago for them, and then Maddie's put one just behind, and Cam's going to put 2 in and around it as well. So interesting to see how many they're holding. It's a funny angle for us to see from here.
Talk about first world problems, but the sun, which is absolutely perfect today, is shining on the screen, making it a bit difficult for us to see just about anything, but we are not complaining at all. It is absolutely splendid here today.
Shot, mate. Great shot. Good shot.
Jared, any?
Oh, he just needed to get under.
It is 3.
Successive threes.
It's a big, big start. You know, I want to give the likes of Kobe, Matty Flapper and Cam Keenan a 6-0 head start.
Brad producing the show, showing his talents are everywhere as he provides a makeshift shade sail, giving us a bit of coverage on the screen. You're a star. Thank you, Brad.
Lovely starter, Nicholas.
Nicky McIntyre, 1 rink over, putting one just behind the jack with his opening bowl.
Can play.
Not just
Still-
a selector.
Still got it.
Yeah, sure does.
Deliberate change of length here. And, Kobe goes close.
It's interesting when you pick up 2 threes and then you change the length.
Right ball, mate.
Maybe it weren't meant. Maybe they're tough to roll them jacks, as I showed everyone yesterday.
You did.
You get 2 metres past the front, you're in.
That is cracking English there, Tony. Hope you're well, mate. Good morning.
Yeah, track's good.
Yeah, Johnny's moving up to Broadbeach. In fact, he's already transferred and he's on a permit back down at Glenroy. So he heads up there. He makes the move up to Queensland. Jared Davies does over Christmas, so I've been told. So a terrific move for him. The likes of playing with Aaron Sheriff, Ryan Bester, Sean Ingham, various others. Aaron T, I think, plays there in the Queensland Premier League as well. So his career will only grow from that move. It's Craig McCarron. Just hurry up here. 2 good bowls by him. Good pair up front. He's got his son Johnny playing down at Bellpost this weekend on the promotional permit.
1 game promotional permit, which would be fantastic for them.
As does Golden Square. They've got Barry Lester playing over there on Sunday.
Yeah, I remember Barry Lester. He used to be a Victorian.
He's still a Victorian.
Yes, it'll be great for Golden Square to have Baz there playing alongside his brother T-Bone. Thomas, as we saw on someone's phone the other day.
Yeah, you're right, Johnny. He's playing against his Matty Flapper, playing against Cooper and Jared. As we said earlier, he sort of said, you've matured. I'm going to pick some younger players to go with.
Under here, mate. On the bench.
Right, see if he can correct from his first.
Yeah, you're resting by about a metre.
Come on. Come on. Go back. It's all right.
Morning, Marika. We are battling with the live scoring today. Matty O, who's our resident Bowls-Link trainer and superstar of getting the live scoring happening, he's had to head back to Melbourne for a conference. So we're now 2 or 3 staff members down. I'll try and keep you updated with what I can see. We've got 3 full greens today, so trying to find 19 volunteers is a battle, but we shrink as the day goes on. So I'll attempt for the following rounds to get some people trained up pretty quickly and score in the games. There's plenty of spectators around, so it shouldn't be an issue. But just battling this morning in terms of staffing. Hence why I'm sitting here, and you've got to listen to my turns.
Tell you who's not battling. That's Cam Keenan.
Yeah, he's started off red hot.
Yep.
Absolute red hot. Spoke about him the other day. He was on the stream a few days ago in the section of the triples. He's just the last 12 months of the move to Moama, and he's been afforded all these opportunities he probably didn't have before. He's now in the UBC side in a couple of weeks as that event kicks off. Playing the likes of Kevy Anderson, got to play Ryan Bester in the Prestige Pairs at Moama back in September.
Yeah, only going to get better and better.
Yeah, he has a huge future ahead of him.
Matty Flapper's bowls, Darren, Henselite XG. They're the brighter of the two white sets out there. Craig McCarron also using something pretty similar. Craig McCarron's are right around the jack.
Jared just battling with his weight early. Hasn't quite dialed in yet.
Had a bit of a tough day in singles. Played out against an absolute white-hot Clayton Holcomb, whose drawing game was incredible.
Yeah, he's a good player. He had a tough day all around yesterday. Got knocked out in the pairs as well. Lost to Stephen Raddy Arthur and Brian Mansbridge from Murray Malley. On the rink next to me in the pairs, actually, it was like their head compared to ours was playing a different sport almost.
Pretty much on the last end, wasn't it? That
Yeah,
one?
it was.
A nice close match.
Last ball. Ooh, Cam chips. Craig's across. I still think he's okay. However, I can't quite see on the screen. What that does give Jared an option. He's trying to get both of them bowls out. If he can, he loves a drive. He's quick to go to his drive. It's a big weapon in his arsenal. He can catch the middle of them two blue bowls or split both of them out of the head. Should get it with no jack as well. So he'll leave two for himself. That's what I expect him to do. Yep.
Going big
Exactly
weight.
what he's doing. He's got a good drive on him.
Well,
He might have fashioned a result there. He shrugs his shoulders. He might have collected one for him in his rink. Yep, he does.
he gives it a fair old rip, doesn't
Nice.
he? Anything can happen at that speed.
He, in a previous role of mine, I was bowls coordinator at Sunbury Bowls Club, and we opened the undercover, the dome there. And day 2 of the dome being open, he let a drive go, took a jack off the side of the green and smashed a tile at the back of one of the wall tiles. Thanks, Jared.
Oh, was that? Well, here, pal.
Morning, Jace. Yeah, you're right.
Right, pal.
The weather has turned it on for the 2 big finals days we've got here. You've done a terrific job over at Tap, mate, as of all the other host venue clubs. Just shrunk down to Shep Park for these last 2 days, but East Shepparton have done a big shift as well, as of Tatura Hilltop, Shep Golf as well. Morning, Vincent. I'll get a staff member to go get me some scores shortly. In about another 10 minutes, and I'll give you guys an update. Right, loose opening here, so let's see if Craig can tighten up.
Weight was all right, you? Yeah, like that.
Well played, Tubby.
Yeah, off good, mate.
Yeah, he does correct. Still room for Kobe, who's shot up, hasn't he, Tone? Kobe.
He has.
He's at least a foot taller since last time I saw him. He's now a teenager rather than a little kid.
Yeah, changing the voice and everything. He's growing up before our very eyes. What hasn't changed is his bowls ability, I'll tell you. He's incredible.
Well played, Cooper.
Yeah, Cooper.
Shot, mate.
It's amazing what a shot can do for you. Jared getting lucky with his result on that last end, and all of a sudden, both Craig and Cooper have dotted bowls around the jack. Matty will look to be positive here, I think. You'll make sure he's trying to reach the head, but to say that, this one falls a little bit short.
The line was spot on.
Yeah, I think so, mate. Kobe's a good 2 metres out.
Cooper changing hand now.
Played him good, mate.
Get hard on, boy.
Hard on.
Just be yours, mate. Another metre and a half, mate.
Slight little breeze this morning, nothing to be alarmed about. Other than that, perfect conditions here. Matty Flapper a little disappointed with himself, just a touch shy.
Both, mate. Yeah, get them both.
Darren XGs, Henselite XGs for Maddie Flapper. 4 sets of XGs in this, Kobe. Maddie Flapper. Craig McCarron. Cam Keenan.
Get him, mate.
Other guys are both playing with arrows, yeah? Optimus?
Yes, Optima for Coops, but Jared with an Evolve.
There you go.
Yeah, even if you cut late. So a little bit narrower, even if you cut.
Oh, Jared. Right over the jack. Changes the look of the head, which is... it's always good to do it first.
You played this really well. Down the hill. You played this really well. Great bowl, mate. Number 1.
Yeah, now. Okay. Start under that far away from the car. Do you want to come in there?
Maddie Flapper saying to Cam, I think we're 2 down here, mate.
Second shot.
He's saying just draw the second shot and then we'll worry about getting the shot after that.
This is the beauty for someone like a Cam Keenan, who, while he's a heck of a player, has still got some things to learn at the ripe old age of 18, 19, and to have Matt Flapper there teaching you in situ does not get much better.
I think there's a tendency in everyone playing bowls just to try and always get the shot. He's just calming him down there, saying just draw second, we'll work it out after that.
Yep.
There's traffic in front, it's not an easy shot whatever he's playing. He's a bit quick here.
Good to see Johnny McCarron's joined us in the chat. He's watching his younger brother play. Lovely to have you on board, Johnny.
He'll be watching along, cutting the greens this morning, wherever he's, whatever club he's at. There's the greens for a few down in that, around that Glenroy area.
Does a very good job too. So Coop just discussing with Jared what shot to play, confirms they believe they're holding 2.
We talk about Matty Flapper's experience. How about Craig McCarron's? He's been around, done it all.
Yes.
I see his name on a few boards at Melbourne, as Johnny as well, but his experience would just be, like, you can see Cooper constantly talking to him, asking him stuff, like just getting his opinion. That's good. It's probably made 3 now, it has.
I love Cooper Wescombe.
Oh, he's hilarious.
Drops into a well-played kid. All of about the same age, but
yeah, he's a 60-year-old man in a 23-year-old man's body. And Cooper Wescombe.
He is old head, young shoulders. He is. That's what that saying was designed for. Is Cooper Wescombe. Good fella, and a very good bowler. I actually think he's a much underrated bowler. His lead bowling is always on song.
Right, Cam with a lot of work to do here.
Bit of extra pace.
Oh, we might have fashioned the shot out of that.
1 down.
He cuts 2 out, just the 1. Percentage shot from Cam there, really.
Yep.
Got fairly handy result.
Players on this rink will be keeping a bit of an eye on what happens to the rink next door. Blake Nan has a devastating drive, so we've already seen a couple of those in the first 3 or 4 ends. Not surprising if we see about a dozen more.
5 more minutes and I'm going to get some scores from around the other greens.
Let's see if we can text Barb and get her to rustle some up.
She won't. She won't even be looking at her phone.
Bit of a shout out to Barb Gilbert. She has done so much work with this Vic Open over, a dozen years and 10 instalments up here in the Goulburn Valley. Almost single-handedly responsible for the growth in entries over the years. She match makes teams from all over the world. Almost more effective than Tinder, I reckon. Lovely line from Kobe Cromie.
So I can see in the Allison Hall Kaz Rothwell Women's 777 semi-final, that is 7-0 after 3, the way of Alison Hall.
Let's go, mate.
Yeah, 2 nice bowls. Craig McCarron the last 3 ends has been very, very good.
4-2 in the other women's triples. I don't know which way, so I am going to take a walk in a few minutes and I'll find out. I know Helen's just asked. I'll come back with some scores.
It's going to take a bit of weight off.
Kobe Cromie.
That's on the flat now, so it's
Great shot, mate.
Yeah, top bowl that is.
Oh, you better forehand, mate. Don't be jack high.
You see how good the green is just on that last bowl of Kobe Cromie. It's just does exactly what a lawn bowl's supposed to do.
Yep. Cooper Wescombe comes out with an absolute peach as well. So
He's not just all party at the back of that hairstyle. He's party with his bowls too, and he's
correct.
going good.
Kobe's sort of just past it, mate. Cooper's that far short of it.
Yep. Backhand draw.
Something here's not going to hurt, mate, with your first.
Helen, it is 2 shots to 4.
Yeah, I don't know which way.
So I'm going to say that
You're guessing here, mate.
I am guessing, but I'm going to say it's Rhonda Armstrong is 2 on the hope that they've kept it the same way as it's written in the system. So we will try and confirm. But
After this end, I'm going to have a skip between greens.
Yeah, mate, 2. Yep. Work well done.
Right, Cooper trying to get into that pack of bowls just behind. Sit Kobe's clean out.
I'd like to see your foot about it.
Oh, 2 sensational bowls by him.
Hello, mate. Just reach.
just a reminder, if any peanuts do put any links in, don't click on them. We don't need any herbal advice or anything else. Thank you very much. We'll ban them as soon as we see them. So if you do see some and we haven't removed it pretty quickly, let us know.
Any herbal advice?
Yes.
Still the Kobe Cromie bowl. It's the shot with 2 very close seconds, Jimmy, for
I think
Cooper
so.
Wescombe.
But I can also, from the angle I'm looking at off screen, it kind of looks like Cooper's got a front toucher, so I don't know. I can't see a gap.
There's not much between any of them.
That was. Drop. Drop. It's a handy bowl, mate.
Jared's trying to change something, so you're going to presume
Yeah.
just wide of the head.
Yeah, he's trying to come off Cooper's right-hand side bowl from the mat end. Punch through Kobe Cromie's.
Brad, entries are open for next year. Jump on the vicopen.com.au website. You've got 2 days to lock in this year's entry fee for next year's Vic Open, which is moving up to the Gippsland region. You'll also get a double entry into the first prize, a $10,000 Mekong cruise with APT.
How good would that be?
Hold there. Hold.
$10,000 cruise for 2 people.
Yeah, mate.
I just, like ABT, for those that don't know too much about the cruises, they're a pretty high standard of cruise as well, sort of that high end. It'd just be amazing to see someone like, I don't know, Cooper Wescombe on an APT cruise in the Mekong. He'd fit right in.
He would have an absolute ball.
But I'll talk to him after this, make sure he's got his entry for his double chance.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah, get
Jared
into
Davies with his last pill.
Get into these 2.
We know what the shot's going to be. It's on the forehand with just a touch away.
Cam's went to a great home because any jack movement is there for it now.
Yeah. He's aiming to miss the jack and get Cooper's right-hand bowl.
Close your
He's
eyes.
just a touch under.
Oh, he gets it all the way back to his first.
There we go.
Second
Holding
prize
one.
for Jared there.
Cam Keenan still has 1 bowl to go.
Why do you say it? You're going to try all this, or you can go quick as you want.
Is there a little gap there? Is Matty Flapper saying to just swing for that bowl? How about that? They'd only be holding a couple. So trying to draw through this gap.
His last two ends, he's had to negotiate a lot of traffic to get through.
Yep.
It's a bit of war of attrition the other way from Jared Davies and his crew. 3 ones in a row to combat the 2 threes that Cam Keenan and his ring opened up with. I'll go and try and get some scores for some other rinks. 4, 3.
I'm sure we'd have a lot of fun on that cruise, Brad. I'd do my best not to throw you overboard. That was only if we reconstructed our game, I think it was, and worked through whether or not our commentary was any good. I'm sure whoever wins that prize will have a lot of fun and be cherry ripe then to play in the Victorian Open in March down in the Gippsland area. The key clubs down there being Traralgon Bowls Club and Morwell Bowls Club. We will be using some 19 or 20 clubs in the area, such as the popularity of the Vic Open.
Can't cope. Angle. It's around here. Can't cope. What you got now, mate? Well play, buddy.
And Kobe Cromie played an absolute beautiful bowl. In for shot.
Lock.
Morning, Mary.
Hurry.
Ethan, yeah, that'd be a good idea if Jimmy was on karaoke. He's just stepped out of commentary, so unfortunately he won't see that comment, but I'll remind him when he gets back. Morning, Sonia. I can tell you that Ellison Hall's rink, which is Leanne Poulsen, Samantha Robinson and Ellison Hall, are up 10 zip over Irene Addard, Claire Smythe and Kaz Rothwell.
Yeah, I think so, mate. Give yourself a chance.
And the other match is 4-2, and they are just about to update the board, so I'll give you that score as soon as they update it.
Harder. Oh, you're unlucky. Good shot.
Up 2, mate. Kobe's back one's that far past it. When do you like?
What, we just done the coop?
Yeah, mate. Cooper's that far short of it.
So there you go, you can hear in the effects mics some pretty clear instructions from Cam Keenan. That flapper aiming to come just under Cooper Wescombe's bowl. This looks a pretty good track to me. Sits in a pretty good home.
Back in. If you miss, that's one at times past the jack. No, you got to keep your bowl on.
All right. Come on, mate. Come on, Go.
on, buddy.
Go. Yes, mate.
Come on, you played this well.
He's back. So you can draw it either way.
Coops playing with a bit of purpose here.
Oh, you played a good one. Good shot.
Same line.
Just edges Kobe's bowl slightly closer. I haven't forgotten about that score, Sonia. They just haven't updated the board yet. The end was won by Helen, Jody and Rhonda, but no update on the scoreboard just yet. Oh, nice call, Brad Jenner. It's the perils of getting through deep into the event for someone like a Matty Blackburn. If he does come with one uniform, you want to hope he's washing it in the evening. He's having a very good event, Matt Blackburn.
No. I'm feeling something frisky up here.
Comes up against J-Boy Norris in the next round of singles as Jared Davies goes bang. Clears out quite a number of bowls. Leaves one for Kobe Cromie and Matt Flapper, but opens it up. Michaela Long's score next door is 9-4. I'm going to say it's in favour of Nikki Mack, Benny Winther and Blake Nan. If it's any different, I'll let you know when I notice, but 9-4 after 6 ends. Yeah, well done, Rowdy. I think you and Brian Mansbridge should be very proud. You had a very good event and just fell. That pairs match yesterday, but played very well. Of course, they had a great match against Cooper and Jared, as we referenced earlier. And they're playing alongside super sub Jimmy. Okay, so Jared's gone a full-blooded drive with his first. Now 3 down, looking to draw shot. Cooper Wescombe likes it. Cooper Wescombe likes it for a very good reason.
In the ball, mate.
Oh, yeah, true. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I rarely ever disagree with you, Lisa Phillips, and I'm in 100% agreement again this time. Oh, it's a great effort by Cam Keenan. Just edged the bowl and didn't quite change it, so that'll be another one. 4 successive ones for the rink of Craig McCarron, Cooper Wescombe, Jared Davies. 6-4. We've played 6 ends in this match as we start the 7th. Craig McCarron, jack in hand. Craig McCarron on the mat now, the first ever triples champion in the Vic Open back in 2011, won with Todd Simmons and Dylan Fisher. He'll be looking to bookend triples championships if he can get the title here. The first and the last here at Shepparton Park, and if he keeps bowling like that, they'll be well on their way. Lovely opening bowl. Morning, Jamie. Nice to have you joining us from Queensland. If you are able to get down here to the Vic Open next year, you will have a stellar time. I can promise you that. A good bit of country hospitality here. Sonia skips have crossed over finally, so they will update this board shortly.
Come on.
We know what's going to happen. Both sides will pick up one on successive ends and nobody will be any the wiser, but we'll see how we go. No, Jane, sorry, this is the round of 32. I didn't mean to confuse that, but if he can get through the next few matches, he will bookend the title, but this is definitely the round of 32 in men's triples.
I think so, mate. Kobe's 2 feet short. Give it a shot, mate. Good.
Last ball.
Okay.
Helen, I should be able to give you that score in a minute. There's one more bowl to come. And then I'm hoping they update the board. So we see Matty Flapper sailing through to a pretty good home.
Nico. Hurry. Hurry, Nick. Nice shot, buddy. Pull him down, what's up?
I like that way, mate.
Yeah, mate. Drop. That's handy, was. Come on, Benny. Go.
Morning, McWest. Yeah, great. Played the Australian Open on a few occasions, Jamie, and it is a great event for anybody who has a bit of spare time in June each year. Get up there and see some of the fun in and around the Australian Open. Good chance for the bowls community to get together and see some friends that you might only see 2 or 3 times a year. Jared Davies holding one with the Craig McCarron bowl right on the jack. Matty Flapper, second shot.
Turn up here. You beat that, you're real good.
Yeah, spot on, Zach. Absolutely swimming here without Jimmy's diatribe, but we'll get him back as soon as we can. He is chasing up a few scores. Of course, by the time he comes back, it's a fair hike over here. We'll need to get him to go again and update some more.
Good.
I can tell you Kaz Rothwell's rink is on the board. They trail 10-2 to Ellison Hall's rink. Still no change to the scoreboard on the rink next door. So, Lorraine, I can't see Lee Wesley's match from here, but Jimmy's off chasing some scores, so fingers crossed he can come back with that one as well. Cam Keenan with a lovely effort, just lost a little bit of momentum on the front edge of Jared Davies' bowl. Both skippers with one bowl to come.
Right ball, mate. Well done.
Jared Davies be trying to add.
Quicker, way quicker.
Saying it's way quicker, not necessarily liking it. So no change, no harm. That rink we're chasing a score for the Judy Wilson v Rhonda Armstrong. They still are yet to update the board, and there's been half a dozen bowls put down on the next end. So as Cam Keenan and Matt Flapper talk tactics as how they can wrestle shot back here.
Behind the white.
Follow down,
Yes, stay here, lovely.
I'll get that, mate. Got a little feather. Get him, mate.
Cam Keenan on the backhand, looks like he's shaping up with weight.
Mate, stay there.
It is.
Your own. You get some of them a foot, I'll be very
There's
happy.
contact. Gets the shot ball out.
Not bad here. Come on. Come on.
We need the tape to sort this one out.
Come on.
Try that way to go on. This one here. Fair way out, though.
I don't know.
So another one. That's 5 ones in a row
You can't really do anything there.
for the Jared Davies rink. We're about halfway through this match now. It's 5-6. Successive threes for Cam Keenan's rink, and then 5 singles in a row for Jared Davies. Craig McCarron back on the mat.
You got yours to work on the slide now too. So look at the shot.
That was a beautiful ball.
All right, so Jimmy has ticked through some scores, saying Jodie Fruand is up 7-2, which is actually the Rhonda Armstrong rink. Maddie Blackburn's rink is up 3-2. Josh Sanders up 9-0. Liam Turner up 8-5. Braden Ellis leading 5-3. Robbie Briglia up 6-5. Lister, I forget Lister's first name, but he's down 5-6. Lee Wesley leading 6-0. Mark Armstrong up 8-1. Millsy up 10-2. Jay is 6 shots apiece with the Scottish boys. Slaven up 7-5, Nev Brown up 8-4, and Jimmy says Morwell up 6-2. So we'll get some further updates from Jimmy as he comes back later on. Blake Nan on the drive. Cam Keenan aware and stops a ball that was on its way into the head. Match next door played in very good spirits. We can see Blake Nan quite pleased. Playing very well, obviously, and also having a bit of fun with Buzz. Players having no trouble finding their line here, just not quite finding their weight. Cooper Wescombe having no trouble finding his weight, absolutely spot on, sits about a foot to the left or right of the jack, depending on which screen you're looking at.
Angle, mate. Go on, Matty. Clear. Clear.
Keenan asking for that one to clear the front traffic. The weight was cherry ripe. Just loses a bit of steam off Kobe Cromie's. One down. Cooper Wescombe has a pretty good memory. Almost the exact same track, just a few inches shorter, so well played.
Pretty close, but I think it's just beating yours again.
So Cam Keenan asking for the same bowl, trying to beat the one you've got. Matty Flapper adds a bit of weight. Pretty good home. Bang on line, probably 5 foot through. Yeah, Jace, Kobe is about 15 and Tice is 18/19. So, as you say, to future Australian stars, they very, very good. Jared Davies has the Cooper Wescombe bowls to work off. Does exactly that, little touch on the jack. Coops ducking off for a comfort stop. Ducking off to grab some chalk, in fact. So there you go. He will be back to mark Jared's bowl as a toucher.
Yeah, just get it in here, mate. Just draw one in.
Cam Keenan playing with a bit of extra weight. Looking to come up through Kobe Cromie's bowl and does exactly that. Well played, Cam Keenan. Promotes Kobe Cromie's bowl onto the shot bowl. Kicks the jack back to the waiting Matt Flapper, holding one. Be a measure for 2, but I favour it's just a 1.
You beat Wazzers, mate, and you're in.
Do you believe they still haven't updated that scoreboard as much as we've got a 7-2 update from Jimmy? They actually haven't changed the board yet. So.
Pub champion, mate, pub champion.
Draw a shot, touch the bonus.
Jared Davies just a touch short. Don't know whether you could quite pick up what Matty Flapper said in the effects mic, but draw a shot and a touch is a bonus. So here's what the good players do very well. They add with these free hits. Holding 1, looking to add for 2. And the best result is a little touch on the jack to pick up 3.
You're on the draw, you can't give it away.
Don't know whether Cam Keenan likes it. It's just maybe not quite going to come back.
Ball, you're in.
If you fall, you're in, says Matty Flapper. It didn't fall, so we'll check it.
Draw. Draw to my foot.
And he's going to put the tape on this, so definitely one. We'll see if we can get through to second shot. Nope, not quite. But what that does do is stem the tide. It's 5 ends in a row to McCarron, Wescombe and Davies. Cromie, Flapper and Keenan pick up one back.
Just drawing in. Use them as a good guide. You walk off them.
Played 8 ends of this match. They lead 7-5. The Keenan rink.
Yeah, same ball again. On your foot. On your foot. Good ball. Down to here. Wait! Get to the jack! Come on, great ball, Blakey! Come on, buddy! Played it well. Well done.
All right. Absolutely a new and improved Jimmy Whitehead.
Hello.
We've got Sophie Kersman has just joined us in commentary. Good morning, Soph.
Morning, Tone. How are we going?
Going really well.
That's
We've got
good.
an absolute belter of a match here and a beautiful day to go with.
I have been watching it. I've been watching our awesome Sunbury men on the other green.
Yes.
They're doing awesome at the moment. So
They had a good start. We had an update of 6-0. Is
yeah,
it still
we
roughly around that?
got up to 11-0 and they
Yeah,
dropped a 2 or a 3, so it's
Okay.
still got a good lead. So
Still
hopefully they hold that
comfortably
out.
in front.
Yeah.
So the situation here, Soph, is we've got Kobe Cromie has just put one on. It's been a good start. They picked up successive 3s early, and then it's been 5 1s in a row
Ah, okay.
for Jared Davies' rink to get it back to 5-6.
Right, okay.
And then on the very last end is a 1 to Cam Keenan. So 7-5. We're about halfway through this match. Gail, we don't yet know which game is being streamed next. We will wait and see. Happy to take requests though. Obviously we're in the knockout stages now, so we will see who wins these matches
Yeah.
for the next one. But we are endeavouring to show 3 finals today, so I suggest it'll be finals all days, which will be women's triples final, men's pairs final, and the women's pairs finals. So I'd imagine that is what we will have at some stage today. Cooper Wescombe's been very good today, Soph.
I have seen some awesome bowls. I had it on my phone over there because it's just a game you can't miss.
Yeah. In fact, they've all been pretty good. Craig McCarron's leading's been very good as well.
Awesome.
Kobe Cromie, as always, making a good account of himself. Morning, Brendan. Nice to have you in the coverage, mate.
Hey, guys. Hurry.
Slightly longer end this one.
Back to it. Go again, mate. Same. Still get to him there, mate. Jack on. There, Matty's there. Yeah. Come on, Woz. Get up.
Cooper on the backhand now. Let's see.
Yeah. It looks like that side's been swinging too, so there's half a chance if he's got it all right. Almost.
Promotes the Matty Flapper bowl.
That's stiff.
Yep. It's a beautiful green, this one, and in conditions like today, players will be able to do exactly what they please.
Exactly. I played on this rink in the mixed 2 nights ago now, and it was tricky, but it was very consistent. So if you played it well, you were to get on top. So yeah.
Is it the night with a fair chunk of wind, or?
No, I was at
too
East
bad?
Shep with the fair chunk of wind that day.
They were terrible conditions for bowls. Felt sorry for everyone with
It
that.
was very tricky, but no, there was nice, consistent weather for this game.
Sonia, you've been waiting a long time for this score, but I can tell you that Rhonda Armstrong is up 12-2 over Judy Wilson. They have finally remembered the scoreboard at the back of the rink. Keenan just missing his line slightly. Jared Davies in his Broadbeach Bulls top.
He is, yeah, he's off there at the end of the year.
Yeah. Bit of a loss to Glen Roy.
I know, yeah, they're a bit. I think everyone's a bit sad that he's going, but I think he's got a very bright future. So
he does.
Anything that'll help him further himself, I'm happy with.
It's a great effort.
Yeah, awesome effort.
There'll still be 2 to Kobe Cromie and Maddie Flapper, of course, for the Cam Keenan rink. Both skippers with 1 bowl to come. What sort of speed do you say this is running at, Soph?
Oh, they still look like they're running on. They look like they have a bit of a nicer finish than they did when I played on it. I played it not obviously with the sun, and it was setting as I was playing. I played in the afternoon. So I think it's running a little bit quick, but I don't know if I'd put a pace on it just because of the finish. But
it's probably not quite 15, but
no,
I imagine we'll get there.
I reckon they look like they've definitely got a nicer finish than when you got the sun. And Cam's just opened that up a little bit. I think, I don't know.
Will we see some weight for Jared, or is it blocked with a
I was just about to say Cooper's calling him on the same shot. However, I mean, I don't know if that forehand's hard to play. I haven't watched, but play either hand now, I guess.
Yep. Kyle Blakeman is in front, 11-9 over Buzz, Chris Burrell. They have come back a little bit, Buzz's rink.
I don't know if he likes it. He usually chases it if he does.
It's the good thing about Jared Davies, he does show his body language.
He does,
pulls up and out of it. So.
Wow, he says.
See just how many this is.
2 down.
It's 2?
Yeah.
So 2 ends in a row for Cam Keenan's rink. We've played 9 ends. And they have a slight lead, 9 shots to 5.
Yeah.
Who would you have picked at the start of this match, Soph?
Oh, that's a very tough question.
Both pretty evenly matched rinks,
I honestly think they've both got strengths in either side. And I honestly was surprised to see Maddie in the 2 spot, but I suppose it's really awesome to see Cam. I know he's been skipping a lot, in the last couple of years, so it's awesome to see someone like Maddie play 2 to him and just see how that compatibility goes, because obviously we've all played through Maddie in the under-18s, Jared, Cooper, myself included, so it's awesome to see that they get the chance to actually play alongside him and see how it works. So I don't know, a couple of years ago actually Cooper and Jared won it with Matt, so
they did.
It's
They're
awesome.
reigning title holders. So.
Yeah, it's awesome to see that.
Matty Flapper's very good with the way he develops.
Absolutely.
Young talent here in Australia, in Victoria, I should say.
Absolutely, he does an awesome job with our under-18s. On and off the green too, he's been huge influence for not only myself but just everyone that's gone through him, and everyone will say the same thing. So
a leader and a mentor.
Yeah, absolutely. Very very proud to know him.
Josh Lazinski's just asking how the Sunbury boys going. So I think you said it was about 11-3
It was
or thereabouts.
about 11-3. So I'll send my mum a quick text and I'll get the score update.
So they were in front. And dropped to 3, I think, was the last sort of call we had. But still got a decent old margin.
Yeah, they should still work. I'm just trying to see if I can see anyone on the mat, but it's hard to see through the grandstand. Yeah,
it's one of the difficulties here when you're stuck in commentary. You can really focus on a couple of rinks in front of you, but trying to see into the indoor or through a wall of people.
Oh, yeah, you've got no chance of seeing it in the indoor.
Nope. So a bit of room for Matty Flapper to draw. Craig McCarron's bowl is the shot bowl.
I've just seen a question from Jason asking how old Kobe and Tyson are. So Kobe, I know Tyson's 19, I believe. I don't think he's had his 20th yet. He's about the same age as me, just a little bit older. He's the same age as, we're all sort of the same age, Jared, him and I, but those 2 boys are a bit older than me. And Kobe's, I reckon I think he's about 15. So they're doing awesome. Cobes has been through the under-18s stateside for a long time, and obviously Tice has came through the stateside and he's in the pathway Jackaroos, so he's doing awesome.
Yeah, some young talent on display, and some experienced players a la Matty Flapper and Craig McCarron.
Yeah,
Have a
absolutely.
fantastic match
And
here to see.
obviously they play with each other every Saturday, so
It doesn't really matter.
I've just got an update. Sunbury is 15-4 up
Okay.
against the Melton crew.
Going well
Oh,
over there.
15-8 now, I've just said, so they might have dropped a bit of a number, so 15-8.
Cooper Wescombe following this one intently. Just gets a little edge. If it'll be second shot, our favourite probably is, but
Yeah,
be close between that and the bowl of Kobe Cromie.
yeah, definitely. Actually, from here, Cooper's got second with his back bowl, I'd say.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's next for you on the bowl scene, Soph?
It's a good question, actually. I got we're obviously penning every Saturday. We're doing awesome, our Sunbury crew. So we're 5-0. So touch wood that we keep that going.
Yeah, well done.
And other than that, I'm playing with. Actually, it's funny. I'm playing with Cam Keenan and Tice Cromie. We're a challenger team in the UBC, so that's coming up in December.
Yes,
so we
of
play one
course.
of the events there. So.
Yep.
I haven't played with those boys since under 18s, and even then, because it's obviously you play with the girls and the boys, you don't really get to mix. So that's what's next for me.
That's in Moama?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Yep. Well done.
I'm looking forward to it.
Moama, very strong supporters of
Yeah.
bowls. Indeed, they power our stream, so we thank them very much for that. We
Awesome place there.
It is. They have all the facilities. If you're looking for something to do, go down and have a look.
Jared's got a bit of room to draw. I would usually back him on this. I back him on a lot of shots, but this is sort of drawing's one of his specialties. So
He's got a bit of a smile on his face already, Jared Davies. He must know he's going to draw the shot.
that's a good thing. You don't see a smile too much on his face, so it's good to see.
Kaz Rothwell's rink having a bit of a comeback against Allison Hall. They still trail, but it's 5-11 now.
He's just going to
Davies
fall
doesn't have the
short.
trip.
Awesome track though,
Yep.
even through the gate.
Line was spot on.
Good enough. that weight's awesome to change it.
Actually got a few good lineups in these games I've just seen. So obviously next door we've got the Whittlesea boys and Blake
Yep.
against some of the Buzz boys. Great shot from
Keenan with
Cam.
an absolute cracker.
Awesome bowl.
Couple down. Sits one at Jack High. Morning, Vince. Nice to have you joining us this morning. Story here is it is absolutely perfect conditions for bowls. Probably heading towards 23, 24 degrees.
It
Not
is.
too many clouds in the sky.
One of our best days so far, I'd say.
Today and tomorrow scheduled for some very nice weather, hence we're back out on the natural turf as opposed to being under the roof on synthetic during a bit of the ordinary weather for the last few days.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a cracker on Friday.
Yep.
Had a few dodgy ones in between. What's he done here?
Coop just
Great
in the
shot
road.
from Jared. Awesome bowl.
Fortunately, didn't quite see, but that was an absolute peach. We'll see what we
Awesome.
can tell on the replay. So Jared Davies in, dislodging the
Great
shot pole.
shot. Awesome.
Pick up three. Well
Four-shot
played, Jared
turnarounds.
Davies.
Awesome.
We're actually getting used to seeing that sort of stuff. So if we
Yeah.
had Cam Keenan play a cracker to go
Yeah.
2 down to 1 up, and Jared Davies says anything you can do, I can do better.
He likes to pull that one out every now and then.
He does. Blake Nan, Nicky Mack and Benny Winther have just skipped ahead a little, 16-9, so that one got pretty close.
Oh, good shot there.
There's only, well, there's 4 bowls left in the head, really. There's 2 bowls covering the tee, but they're a long way off, probably 7 or 8 yards on that rink.
Yeah.
6 feet, mate. You got that?
So 8-9, this one's close again.
It is. It is.
Played 10 ends. We're 2/3 of the way through this match. Craig McCarron with a pretty handy
I
opener.
was about to say that's a good start. Very close.
Yeah, Cope's been pretty good going this direction too, so
Yeah, good starter.
just in behind.
learned from my game that anything that far behind always comes into play. So
Yeah, absolutely. Brad Marin asking any chance we could see Johnny O'Donnell on the stream. Yeah, he certainly will create some viewers.
he did just walk past.
He did. He gets up and about when he plays. If you haven't seen Johnny O'Donnell play, it's worth a look.
He's certainly entertaining.
He is very much so. And a heck of a player. Yeah, well played by Craig McCarron. 2 good bowls.
Both those 2 last bowls in the next rink ended up within a foot when the jack was nearly out of bounds. That's an awesome effort.
Rowdy Arthur saying it was a pleasure to play against Cooper and Jared yesterday. Great
Awesome.
young men on and off the green. Oh, Cabby Cromie with a very good effort. Yeah, Rowdy and his pairs partner Brian just got the better of Cooper and Jared, so and they still remain good people on and off the green, as they should and as they always do. Yeah, Jared Davies clapping that one, saying well played.
Well played.
Great shot. Holding
Awesome.
3 now.
Another one there.
Craig McCarron gives it the nod of approval.
See what Matty can do.
This looks a pretty good track. All on the speed now. Cuts 1 out. Maybe cuts 2 out. Cooper just saying he's a bit quicker.
Still a good area. Anything can happen.
Yep. Plenty to work off there.
That's all right. Good track.
Yep.
Yeah, mate, weight's good.
Matty Flapper asking skipper Cam Keenan, same weight. Cam saying, yep, weight's good. Track looks pretty good again too, just a touch higher, which is good news.
Yes.
Oh, well played. Sits in behind, so no change. Still the Davies rink holding 1, maybe 2.
Our Sunbury boys have finished over there and they got up 19-8, and I think they're off the green. They might not have had to play the last one.
end.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh no, are they still playing? Are they? Oh, sorry, they are still playing. I lied. Sorry, I saw someone off the green. No, they're still going.
Got a bit excited for you.
I did. I just saw the score and I saw someone off the green. It looked like they were packing up. I was like,
Draw there, you can play up through here.
So Rhonda Armstrong leads Judy Wilson at 13-4. Alison Hall is leading Kaz Rothwell 12-5.
Jared's not far. Great shot. Awesome shot.
That is the shot bowl.
No, just
it's
trying
not
to
at
tell.
second.
Certainly
Competing
close.
with his own teammates' bowl. So
Yeah.
either way, it's at least 2 and a measure for 3rd.
Yep.
Dylan Booth saying best skip I've played with in my experience is a club favourite. Good old Johnny O'Donnell. Yeah, Cam Keenan shaping up with a bit of weight. Not crazy weight.
Could you probably even be a bit heavier, mate?
Actually takes out
Made some contact, so it's, didn't.
takes out Kobe Cromie and Matt
Yeah.
Flapper's bowl. So Matt Flapper still has 1 in the head.
Come on.
One in, one out.
Come on. That's it. Come on. That's it.
How much is that?
What does Jared Davies do here, Soph? They're holding.
Well, Cam's trying to, he's a couple, I reckon he's 1 down on the tee to Kobe's bowl. I'd be trying to, anything close to the tee is what I'd be doing, because
Yep.
Cam's not one to miss twice too many times, so
Yep. Good
definitely be looking to go back, but by the pace I'd say that's what he's doing, but he's not on a wide enough line, so I don't know if he's, oh no, oh good effort,
Trying to get amongst
that's alright.
pack there.
I don't know if that's what he was trying to do, because I know he probably would have taken a wider line than that.
Yeah, I favour he might have been just trying to get amongst those
Yeah.
bowls. But
I mean, it's a target, but there is gaps, so either or.
I mean, if they're only one down in the team.
Exactly
anyway, so
right. Exactly
not a
right.
huge number with all the pressure now on Cam Keenan.
And at the end of the day, it comes down to the bowl, doesn't it?
Drop.
Yeah, nice ball coming in here, buddy. Yep, lovely
So
ball.
similar weight from Cam Keenan.
Close. Ooh.
Takes out 2. With one shot.
All level, I think.
Correct. They've played 11 ends. Scores are tied at 9 shots apiece. 4 ends going the way of the Keenan rink. 7 ends going the way of the Davies rink.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, stay this way. Stay this way and just draw to this one here.
Good thinking. Inside that.
Still 16-9 on the Blake Nairn Chris Burrell rink next door.
Brad's just said he was trying to land the bowl for 6, Maddie's bowl. When they're all got the same colour, it's hard to tell.
Well done.
Take your hand, Mum. Yours ended up jack high, your last ball.
Pretty good starter.
And Craig McCarron,
Yeah, he's been good.
affectionately known as Tubby, has been bowling very, very well. Brad Marin, you are very, very good. And, that's why we love having you in commentary.
I was half right with the cover.
Kobe Cromie equaling Tubby's bowl.
Yeah.
Morning, Pidge. Hope you're well, Brett Marnie.
In every Donald match, do we have a score for Johnny's rink?
I'll give you a couple of looks at it. Put it in front of you, just throw it to the jack.
No.
No.
Mate.
That's all right, good spot.
How long's bowls jack high?
Don't mind this.
You have a go. 2 down.
Mate's good, mate.
Correct side of right. Well done, mate. Very good. Where's my weight, man? Ready, mate.
Up against Adrian Pantling, so that'll be
Very good, mate.
Awesome shots from Coves there. 2 great bowls.
Yeah, I reckon there might be a clash in that match.
Oh, okay.
Having seen Johnny O'Donnell walking around earlier and Tim Cromie. So I reckon that might be one of the matches that has a clash.
Might be waiting till after.
They were 6-all, Alex, against J-By earlier, but that was some time ago, so we'll chase up another update. As Matty Flapper piles on the pressure alongside Kobe Cromie. Alison Hall's rink are up. So that's 13-5, but I might actually be giving you the scoreboard next door. And
Yeah.
Buzz is just standing in the road of it, so I can't see it. Oh, here we go, 12-6 there in front. So Sarah, that's Alison Hall's rink, is 12-6 in front as Cooper. Wescombe plays a bomb.
Josh Sanders' rink down the end. If I've got the right one, it's 6-13, but I'm not sure whose way.
What weight are you talking?
Whatever weight you decide, mate.
Just asked Jimmy for some score updates, so bear with us for the next 2 or 3 minutes. Matty Flap up playing with just a bit of purpose. This is narrow, and bowl is out of play. A great bowl by
I was about to say,
Cooper
we missed
Wescombe.
Coop's bowl.
Yeah,
Awesome.
came
I've
in
just gone back to replay it on my phone, and it's an awesome shot.
Yep. 3 down to 1 up. Yeah, thank you, Andrew. I think you are right. So this is often the case with tournaments such as this. We get towards the pointy end, and when somebody's playing with confidence in one event, they didn't really go well in 2 or 3. So there are some matches in for example, it's round of 32 that have started early and some that have yet to start. So
Yeah, and Bosvik are doing good. I told Barb and Will, you guys in the office last night, what an awesome job everyone's doing. It's especially starting from the sectionals, it's hard to make sure that everyone's in the right spot and making sure and working on the clashes, because obviously there would be a few, and doing an awesome job.
So far, so good.
Yeah,
You can
exactly.
see Gary Sanders standing behind this rink watching as well. So they're definitely not playing that Johnny O'Donnell match, but they will be soon.
Yeah. I'm waiting to see that end rink so I can get Josh's score,
Jared covering
just to
the
see
tee.
who's on the board. Yeah, good plan by Jared. Having a bit of a discussion.
Yeah, I like this, the ability to talk through the various options.
Absolutely.
Cam Keenan gets the benefit of Matty Flapper's years of experience at the highest levels. Of course, a former Jackaroo Commonwealth Games medalist.
Yep. One of his many achievements.
Yep, second most games for Victoria in history. And if I were a betting man, I'd say he'll get the top spot as long as he desires to play.
I think so.
So Cam Keenan, just a touch high for what he wants. Waits
Yeah,
Waits
I think
ideal.
he's just trying to play through Coop's bowl, maybe edge it.
Yep.
Or either, sit, maybe roll Coops through a little on the jack.
Johnny Roberts, I can see standing behind this rink, one of our best ITOs. It's also his birthday today, so happy 21st, Johnny Roberts. So what does Jared do here? So if is he going to try and cover and be comfortable with the one, or be content with the one?
It's good. With what Keem's playing, I reckon another one close to make it a bit harder, or cover sort of a few of the bowls that they're trying to work to, I reckon.
Coop's just getting in the road of the camera. Try and get a message to him. Jared just a little bit chicken on that one.
Not happy either.
Blake Nan's rink skips away again slightly. They're up 19-9. They've played 12 ends. Can't see the jack, but Blake Nan is drawing to the boundary, so gets applause from both Benny Winther and Nick McIntyre. Andrew, we will get the Dane Gade, Braden Ellis score. That'll be one of the ones that we get updated in hopefully not too far away. I've just texted Jimmy a few minutes ago and he said, give me 5 minutes. So hopefully within the next 2 or 3 minutes we'll have it. It's Cam Keenan. Corrects his line slightly, but not quite enough. One more to Craig McCarron, Cooper Wescombe, Jared Davies.
Hit the lead.
Or if I get the jack that goes back and get 2.
3 ends to play in this round of 32 men's triples match for the 2022 Henselite Victorian Open.
Come on, mate.
Your weight was going to be very good. What's that back one?
Got about a metre. A little bit more grass. Down on my foot. That's better. Very good. Come on. Yeah, lovely ball. Well done.
Happy for you to be here.
Well got it.
Start there, Craig McCarron using a Henselite XG. White, a slightly darker speckle in it than Matty Flapper's white bowls. Craig's a size 3 and Matty using a XG brighter white, size 4. Kobe Cromie using a Henselite XG, the blue and yellow halved colour, size 2. Dave Butterworth will chase up the Haynes rink as well.
I'll be short.
What's Tubby done here? Looks very good weight control.
How was that?
He's corrected his weight pretty well there. Just going to run through.
They hook at the end.
They do.
Bowls. They've got a good bit of turn on them. So
I think it might be the XG's mind tended to do that too. Whereas when I was playing with Nathan, he was using his arrows, and they, he's held that a little bit longer. So well, saying that though, Coop's bowl's gone to hook as well, but just seems to hold that bit.
keep using the arrow optima. That'll be the shot bowl.
Yeah, awesome shot. See what Matty can do here.
Cam Keenan saying all you got, needed to go just a touch further.
Good, mate.
Cooper doesn't like this one. He sort of pulls out of that one.
Something behind's never
It's not a bad
never
miss,
not
is it?
useful.
Yep. And Neil will chase up a score on the Slaven rink as well. Jimmy is chasing up scores as we speak, so hopefully won't be too far away. Sophie Kersman and myself will keep you entertained in the interim.
Come on, beauty.
Matty Flapper getting his line spot on, but just a touch short. Yep, we will have some scores shortly. So Jared Davies onto the mat now. Jared also using an aero bowl, the Evolve. Kind of a multicolour variety, got a bit of red, bit of blue, bit of white, bit of purple.
Bit of everything.
Go again, mate. Same. That was good weight.
Does he have the trip, Soph?
I think he's just going to fall short.
Yeah, he shakes his head.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gone.
It's like they're all allergic to the jack on this end. Probably the loosest end we've seen.
Yeah, one of for sure.
Now, we'll see what Cam Keenan to do. Also using a Henselite XG. They dominate this rink.
They do dominate a lot of plays. I can see a few across the green just by the colourways, I can tell.
Yeah. Two-tone blue colour for Cam Keenan, size 4. He's elected to go quite a bit wider. He's seen everyone else's bowl.
Hooking just a tad over.
Yeah, line was absolutely spot on, right on the centre line.
I can see Jimmy walking around, so I think we'll have a few scores soon.
Yep. Jared Davies with a great correction
Yeah,
here.
Cooper's happy with that one. Awesome shot.
I'm going to say that's going to be 2 shots now.
Yeah.
Actually, could be 3. The more I look, could well be Jared's, then Cooper's, and Craig McCarron's bowl.
Yeah, just depending on how short Matty's are in comparison, for sure.
We are sort of sitting middle of the green, if you like, so we don't have the best of angles for this one. But
especially when all the bowls are on this side of the head.
yeah. But if it is, and Cam Keenan can't change it, a 3 here.
Pretty crucial, yeah.
Not only be 4 ends in a row, but it'll be 8 shots in a row. A lot of ifs in that statement, though.
Exactly
Cam
right.
Keenan will have something to say about it, I'm sure.
So what, the jack needs to jump was his bowls, backspin, stay there.
Throw the jack to my toe.
Try it again.
Right.
Throw the jack to my toe.
Straight is perfect. You only need a fraction more ground.
On the other hand,
Cam Keenan on the draw.
he doesn't mind it, I don't think. He's sort of calling it.
Come on, Buzzy.
Oh, gets through a
Very
gap.
stiff.
Very, very stiff. Nobody signalled. Let's see if I can catch Jared's eye, but we're going to say it's 3.
He looks over here. Nope. 3, he says.
Yes. we go.
You were right.
Every now and again I get one right, so it's not very often, I might add.
That was a great call from where we were sitting.
So up and back here, this is end 14 of 15 ends in the round of 32 men's triples. And with that 3 there, we see on the graph the last 4 ends, including 2 3s, going the way of the Davies rink.
Come on!
Ooh. Josh Sanders letting out a big yelp. Karen Audie saying she's watching while she's getting her nails done. They look lovely, I've got to say, Karen. I love what you've done with them. Jace, we will tell Jimmy that, and we will keep telling him.
I think Jimmy
and
might
we'll
see
tell
that
him
one.
some more. All right, well, we'll see Craig McCarron just dot one in behind. I do have some score updates that we've been chasing.
Here we go.
Now Jimmy keeps calling this Jodie Frewan's rink, so we'll
Ronda.
go with that. But
I'd actually be interested. This is who pipped us last night in the trips. They played quite well on this grass,
Yeah,
except
okay.
we're going the
There you
other
go.
way. So it'd be interesting to see how they're going.
all right,
Just
so
changing it.
yeah, I've got the score from Jimmy, but it's literally just being changed on the board as we speak. So it is
Nope. And again.
a very slow change.
There we go.
Yep, happy with that.
7:13.
There we go. So 7-13. So Ronda leading 13 shots to 7. Maddie Blackburn is up 9-6. Josh Sanders leading 13-6. Liam Turner with a narrow lead, 11-10. As Kobe Cromie puts in the shot bowl. Braden Ellis 9-all, close one there. Robbie Briglia trailing 9-10. Lister trailing 7-11. Not sponsored. Lee Wesley, the Sunbury team, up 25-8. So that's a big
wow.
one. Craig Mills, South Australian State skipper, he got up for a victory. Mark
Awesome.
Armstrong got up for a victory. Jay Boy Norris v the Scottish lads is locked at 10 apiece.
Ooh.
So that's a good one there. Morwell is 10 apiece. Slaven is trailing 10-11. And Nev Brown has a 2-shot buffer, 13-11.
Very close games.
Yeah, so I hope that makes sense to everybody as Matty Flapper does Matty Flapper things.
As per usual.
Adds another one in. I've been in this position a couple of times though, and Cooper Wescombe's been good enough to change it.
Yeah. How's he going?
He sits in a pretty good home. Doesn't
Yeah,
quite
good
change it,
effort.
but
Very close.
so some good matches all around here. And the rink next door has been a victory to Blake Nan over Chris Burrell. The final score they had on the board was 19-9, but it was
Great
then
shots from
played
Matty.
after that. Yeah, Matty Flapper starting to find the pressure valve. Holding 3 shots at the crossover.
Hang around, buddy. Hang around. Follow, Benny. Hang around.
Good bowling, Rod. Come, buddy. In you come. Good, mate.
Jared Davies immediately with weight.
Great
It's
shot.
Jack out. And all that good work done by Matt Flapper, Kobe Cromie. They're still holding 1.
Yeah, just the one.
And now it becomes a drawing competition for Cam Keenan and Jared Davies.
Bang 2 on a pelt.
There we go, Matty Flapper saying exactly what to do for Cam Keenan. Bang 2 on it. Great hit by Jared Davies.
Oh,
He had a
amazing.
few battles with his drive yesterday when playing against Clayton Holcomb,
Yeah.
which was probably more on the strength of Clayton Holcomb's
Yeah,
drawing.
absolutely.
But today, he hits that one.
Jared did say it was a credit to him. He played awesome. So
Yeah, a nice guy too.
Yeah.
And, yeah, very, very handy bowler. His draw bowling was just on song from the first bowl. Cam Keenan
Yeah, good
needs to
effort.
slow.
that
There's a bit of
edge.
fur on the edge of these
Yeah,
greens,
there's
so
a bit of fur there. They usually stop you. So
players will know that as they walk on. They'll have a look.
yeah, I stepped onto it. It felt quite spongy. And I was like, yeah,
Yep.
that's going to pull a few bowls up if you're that little bit over. So handy first one there from Cam.
So Jared Davies down 2.
Testing the weight control.
He does have a fair bit of room. He'll look to, if nothing else, get second prize and cut it back to 1.
Spot, mate. Turn yourself. Get to there.
Needs it to swing, he's telling it. His weight doesn't look too bad.
Yeah, it's going to be good enough to cut one out, definitely.
Yeah,
We'll see if
easier.
it cuts out two.
Very close.
Now, what do you do if you're Cam Keenan? Because that, to me, is the shot bowl.
Yeah.
Do you swing for the bowl? Or
Yep.
do you try and draw inside, Soph?
I'd back Cam to draw that, but I suppose, you know, they've only got up and back and they are that. Those
4 shots down.
Yeah, 4 shots. You'd be wanting to get the 2 rather than the 1.
Yep.
So I think if he can place or somewhere near, roll Jared's a couple, touch the jack sort of thing, what Maddie's saying, I think that'd be good.
Morning, Gary Ball. Thank you for your suggestion. Happy to hear suggestions. That seems like a relatively strong option to me. There's the track. Nope.
Yeah.
It's going to be a touch under, so
1.
1 down was the call.
So a perfect end needed for these boys to get over the line, and a 5 to go into a...
Force an extra end.
Yeah, which would just top this game off, but we'll see how we go.
So Gary Ball was the original player in that rink, but Nelson Ball has come in as the super sub with Millsy and your mixed pairs partner.
My mixed
Nath
pairs
Black,
partner.
2 players from South Australia, 2
Yeah.
incredible players, in fact. And they would be up against Alan Dove, Wayne Roberts and Brett Marnie. Of course, Brett Marnie, the reigning Australian triples title winner. Alan Dove, Wayne Roberts have some Australian Open triples titles under their belt. And many others. So that could well be the game. Happy to hear any other suggestions. The only rider on all this is we do have 3 finals to play today.
Yeah.
So we'll be playing the finals if they line up. So with some clashes in the schedule, it is difficult to tell, but we will have the women's triples final, the men's pairs final, and the women's pairs finals all taking place today.
Yeah.
I am 99% sure, depending on some clashes. But we saw the mixed pairs final last night, won by
did.
Stacey Collier and Mark Ryan. Nice opener there from Kobe Cromie in what was a absolute cracker of a match.
Yeah, an awesome game.
Nicole Shortis and Kel Lindeberg played incredibly well. They led
Yep.
10-2, I think it was,
Yeah.
from memory, and then Stace and Mark found a way to peg them back. They weren't playing bad at all through any stage. It was just one of those matches where there was very little in it.
Yeah.
Nice bowl by Tubby. Gets inside for the shot
Yeah,
bowl.
good shot.
And a little humble brag, they were my pick to win the mixed pairs at the start.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's, I think the only thing I've gotten right this week. 2 nice leading bowls from Kobe Cromie, 1 on and 1 behind.
Textbook sort of stuff.
Yep. Coop's just finding some coverage in amongst Kobe Cromie's bowl. So really no prizes for short here
No, not at all.
in the Cam Keenan rink.
What you're doing.
Matt Flapper not happy with himself at all. And Jared Davies quite smartly calling Cooper just for a bit of coverage. So they'll be looking to dot
absolutely.
enough bowls around
Just
that
to
the
cover
opposition
any...
can't make 5s and 6s.
Yep, cover any bases.
And if Jared Davies had kept his foot there, I reckon that would have been right on it.
Yeah,
Well played,
absolutely.
Cooper
Yeah,
Wescombe.
good shot.
As good as a touch-up. Which event, Andrew, you're talking? Let us know which game you do want in the chat. We are happy to take any feedback and we will do what we can. Naturally, we can't please everyone, but we'll try our darndest.
Jared looking pretty calm walking down.
Yeah. So as the situation currently stands,
Got a smile, and that's, as I said, that's always a good sign.
he's had a couple of smiles today. This one is
You don't get many out of him, so we take
No,
him as
true.
we get him.
Yep. He's down 2 on the head, but the reality is that's almost insignificant.
Yeah, absolutely. It's close. Cooper seems to think so. Good home.
Yep. So Cam Keenan will be having a look at this with Matt Flapper and Kobe Cromie and just trying to wonder how on earth they make 5 or 6.
Yeah, they're holding 2. Cam's 2 bowls are very, very important.
The danger is, of course, if you look at where Cooper's 2 bowls and where Craig McCarron's 2 bowls are, they sit in terrific spots
They do,
to
yeah.
block almost any option.
Absolutely. So Maddie's calling a little bit of weight.
Tony Sherwell v Jimmy in singles, Lucas. Jeez, if you saw Jimmy play the pairs as a super sub the other day, I don't think you'd be wanting that one. Yeah, well, I think that's going to seal it, given there are a couple of bowls well short. So Cam's probably got the shot bowl. Unfortunately, there's not a lot else on. Zach saying someone from Eastern Ranges. Yeah, fair call. Women's pairs or triples is the call from Jodie Neville. There's Jared Davies.
A lot of people for the SA game.
Jared Davies saying that's the laziest bowl I've ever played. It has no impact on it.
And I was going to say, obviously hasn't played many lazy ones this game, so...
No. Yeah, ladies triples final is scheduled for 11. Just depends on a couple of clashes, but if there is a clash and we have to move that one, then we will do our darndest to find the best match we can. So I think Cam Keenan's only shot really is to just hit and hope here. He's down 5. He's holding 1 on the head, but he's really got no choice but to let it rip.
Great game.
I think that was more a frustration bowl than anything else. So we will add 1 shot on to Cam Keenan, Matty Flapper and Kobe Cromie, but it matters not. The score is at least a 14-10 victory.
Yep, awesome game.
To the triples combination of Craig McCarron, Cooper Wescombe and Jared Davies. Craig McCarron keeps the dream alive of bookending Victorian Open triples titles. Of course, he won it in 2011 with Todd Simmons and Dylan Fisher, so the dream is still alive. So, thank you very much for joining us in commentary. You are a star of a player and a star in commentary.
Thank you, thank you.
For everyone else, we will work out the next match and we will be back on BVTV, bringing you more action from the Henselite Victorian Open. And if we just saw that comment, it is 15-8 to Sanders Rink. Yeah, you are spot on, Sonia King. Alison Hall is still in. There's a few of our female players that are. So we'll work out the best match and we'll come back to you.
Sounds good.
As soon as we can. Thank you very much for joining us for the Henselite Victorian Open for 2022.
In the UK, there's a bowl for every surface for the Henselite product. Here overseas, I use the Tiger 2 and I use the Dreamline XG purely because I love the grip and the arc that the bowl takes, and that's what makes me one of the best players in the world.
Anyone thinking about getting a roof, your whole system will change, right down to social bowls and pennant. At a board meeting this week and approved 22 new players. They really have been perfect all the way through this build and they've looked after us really well.